Michael Bisping's retired from MMA, but he's still taking punches outside of the cage. He says, was just assaulted. Guy got in my face for filming on a public street. I told him to go away and he punched me. Was literally so soft I laughed at him. So funny that someone acts so tough, hits like a bee. I laughed and walked away. Man, I'm mature these days. I was literally laughing so hard at how pathetic the punch was, I don't think I could have hit him. Cyril Gane on his win over Alexander Volkov says, proud of this fight and proud to have shared the octagon with a warrior like Alexander Volkov. It was hard, but it confirmed that I'm right there with the best in the world. Let the next chapter begin. Gane's extremely impressive in that he's gone to the number 3 ranking in the UFC in just his 9th MMA fight and under 3 years in the sport. Only guys who are above him in the rankings right now are Derek Lewis, who's fighting for the belt versus Ngannou next, and Stipe Miocic, who's ranked number 1 in the division, so Gane is close to a title shot. Number 4 ranked Curtis Blades takes on number 6 ranked Jair Junior Rosenstruik on September 25th, and number 7 ranked Shamil Abdurrahimov takes on number 10 ranked Chris Daukaus July 24th. Another heavyweight fight on the card over the weekend was Tanner Boser versus OSP. Boser got the second round KO in that one. OSP had a very passive approach in that fight in the striking department. He barely threw anything back at Boser. It was just sort of like an information gathering session for OSP. As a result, Boser got the second round KO because there was really nothing being fired back at him in the striking department, so he was essentially just taking on a heavy bag with legs. OSP is a good fighter and he found himself in a title fight versus John Jones a few years back and has won 7 performance bonuses in his UFC career. But his record has been a losing one over his last 20 fights. He has 9 wins and 11 losses in his last 20 outings. Andre Fili versus Daniel Pineda ended in a no contest due to an eye poke. Pineda wants to run it back. This is not the way to go out. I told the doctor I was ready to go. Sorry, Andre Fili, you're getting me in this one, but let's do it again soon. Let's not do it again soon. No disrespect to Daniel, but he was getting beat up bad in the fight, and he admits it in this tweet and said it a bunch of times in his post-fight interview. He kept saying that he got effed up during the fight. And it's not like Jeremy Stephens versus Yair Rodriguez, where there was an eye poke early in the fight and we didn't get to see it play out. We got to see this fight play out and we don't need to see it again. Don't want to see Pineda fight Fili again, but definitely want to see him fight again because he's an exciting and good fighter. And never in a boring fight. That's why 40 of his 45 fights have been stoppages. That's a very impressive stat. 88% of his fights have ended in stoppage and he has 45 fights. And all 27 of his wins have been stoppages. That's a pretty crazy stat. 100% of his 27 wins have been finishes. Justin James lost $25K betting on himself versus Charles Rosa. MMA is a tough sport to bet on, not just because of the unpredictability of the sport sometimes, but also even if your guy wins, he still may lose because the judging is sometimes horrible. So even if it's a clear-cut win, sometimes it's like betting on a coin flip. One way to get rid of bad judges is to have them replaced by the algorithm that the PFL uses to calculate who won each round. That computer-generated system is a million times better than some of the judges out there. Thanks for watching MMA Digest. Like and subscribe to keep up with everything MMA.